3. As the room fill all the way up, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go. When they want to tune in to Cowboys, sports talk, and beyond. That's included the ice wall. Come on. Mama said, there'll be days just like this. No doubt. Let's get it. Come on. Life like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Come on. Life like this, I wish. Where my dogs at?
Hey, we came on the rest of this country.
We'll wait for rain, you gotta deal with the mud.
Come on. Let's get it. All right. Come on. All right. Let me know if the audio is straight before we get started. All right. Appreciate you. All right. It appears that it could be bad, but I don't know, man. It's just what it is. Cowboy Nation, appreciate everybody for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. We're going to talk about a few things that's going on in Cowboys land and getting things going from here. Shout out to you all. Shout out to you, Aquarium. Appreciate you. Aqua, appreciate you. Thank you, Tyson Kemp. Appreciate you. The audio's good. Come on, baby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So that's good. We good, baby. It's good news over here. Law, I wanted some bad news. Well, you're getting good news today.
Are you not entertained? Are you not
Riggs. All right, good. It's good to know that everything is great, Cowboy Nation. All right, so with that being said, the good news, Tyron Smith, they still got observation analysis on him at practice. But the good news, Zach Martin, it was reported that he's okay. So the rehab Cowboys are working out, and it looks like it will be all green, good to go with him. We also have a situation and scenario that even my guy Tyler Biotish may play this weekend. So that's all great news, in my opinion, instead of good news. So it's a feel-good situation, Cowboy Nation. And practice is everything. Far as from what we heard from practice is that everybody was pretty much up to beat, and they know that the last week was on them. As a player, no one is pointing fingers. When you point the finger, somebody point the finger right quick, they would know that they getting 3 pointed back at them, right? They get 3 pointed back at them. So it's all about every tub must sit on his own bottom. Old folks say that all the time, and of course, you know, the Cowboys, we got to come out with this mindset that, hey, the world is against us. You know, me against the world. Just me against the world. You know, they're going to have to adopt that mindset. They're going to have to do that. And here's how it goes for the Cowboys. When you play for the team, everybody don't like you. But when you move on from the team, everybody falls in love with you, right? So that's the situation, too. And that could be directed from the 4-ladder to 3-ladder network. Of course, we've been hearing glowing reviews and remarks from other people around these parts about Ezekiel Elliott, right? This will be a game that, you know, it'll be a best game for him to show up and show out, you know. So that's just what it is, too. I get it. he played for the Cowboys. But in actuality, he's public enemy number one. And the political part of it, the Cowboys making a statement of saying, hey, we're going to do something to honor him. We're going to do something to uplift him. I get it. He did a lot for the organization and franchise. But we need to look back at this and say, hey, he's an enemy. Don't support him. You can do that off season. You know, that's just what it is. I mean, we haven't lifted up no Lombardi trophy with him. We haven't celebrated and popped champagne bottles with him of winning the championship games and beyond. So at this point, you're going to have to remove your fanfare of him and say, hey, man, it's about, hey, cease everything. It didn't say cease some things, cease everything. So that's just how it got to go, ladies and gentlemen. And I get it. You know, I could be the lone wolf on this, the long man out here, but that's just the reality, ladies and gentlemen. And then once he retired and all that, then we can say, once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy. We could do that, you know, and he could be signing autographs, kissing babies, but that's when he's gone, right? But while he's still in the National Football League, he the ops. Ain't that right? I see somebody saying, yeah, he the ops. Thomas A. Garrett, he's the ops. You know, that's the mindset. You know, I literally cried when I saw Emmett in an Arizona jersey. He cried. You know, I almost cried, but I didn't cry. But, you know, literally almost, you know. He cried. He said when he entered through the tunnel, he got lost because he was in the wrong side. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with all of that. And that's just what it is, Cowboy Nation. All right, so before we get into that, listen.
I need to know, are you okay with the Cowboys honoring a Zeke who clearly will be on a mission to show Jerry Jones just how wrong he was to release Zeke?
Clearly he will be on a mission, Skip, but we'll get into all of that. I am absolutely fine and looking forward to seeing whatever it is that Jerry has planned to honor Zeke. You guys have to go back before we come forward to this whole thing. You go back. Zeke came in 2016. The Cowboys were 4-12 in 2015. We had a 7-game losing streak in the middle of the season, and it ended with a 4-game losing streak. They had Joey Bosa, Ezekiel Elliott, Jalen Ramsey. We had the 4th pick. We were looking at those 3 guys right there. I wanted Zeke right off the back. We needed Zeke. We got Zeke. I was so happy. Zeke put up 1,600 yards his rookie season, 15 touchdowns. He should have clearly won.
Hold, before you go into details there. Who wanted Bosa? You know, show of hands, who wanted Bosa? Show of hands, who wanted Zeke? Show of hands, who wanted Jalen Ramsey, right? And show of hands, who wanted Paxton Lynch, you know? Y'all let me know in the chat. Who do y'all want it at that time 8 years ago? Who did you guys want it?
Rookie of the year. They gave it to Dak Prescott because Dak started and had a great season that season. But it clearly was Zeke that led that football team. The 214 is the area code here. We had 2-1-4, 21-4. The 21 came before the 4. That's how important Zeke was. He is to be honored. He should be honored. He meant a great deal to this team. We went 13-3 that first year.
What type of trophies do you get for 13-3? What type of trust do you get with 13-3 if you don't know how to build upon it? If that was your goal, right? I come here to tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I think that Zeke was robbed of the NFL. Roger Goodell put the knife in his back because 2017, they suspended an innocent man for 6 games. But not only that they robbed that, they also robbed the quarterback. They robbed the situation with Desmond Bryant, right? They robbed all of that. One grain of rice can tip the scale, a balance of equality in life, 1 grain of rice. So I come here to tell y'all that even when you suspend an innocent man for 6 games, what was our record in 2017 after 2016? Don't you think Zeke would have counted for at least 2 to 3 games? 2 to 3 games, you're going now into a different flow of things. Now you're going to back-to-back playoffs. Now you can build confidence. You can build upon those things. But for it to be erased, it starts us over again. Confidence is shattered. Destroyed. You can't get it back. It's spilled milk. And we have nothing to show for it. We have nothing to show for it. But there will be a collective few. Law, those are just excuses. But in actuality, it's context. 2 different things. Trey says, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? I promise you, there are 31 other teams out there, and you can't find the other 31 teams that's been hosed like the Cowboys. You can't find 31 other teams that got the knife shoved so far down their back. Knife to the throat. You can't. You can't find no other team. The Saints, when they had that pass interference that wasn't called, their fan base rallied together and said they boycotting. They're not going to another game. They need to hear from the NFL. Immediately, the next season, the NFL made a rule change to solidify their fan base. But over here in Cowboys land, we will fight each other tooth and nail over decisions of what the NFL done to us. And we will lean on the 4-letter, the 3-letter networks and echo what they say and take it as face value. Just like that. Whereas then we, the ones that spit the truth, the one that tell you the truth, get sullied, denigrated, cast out, thrown to the wolves. You're not validated. You got no credentials, law. And then it takes 2 to maybe 4 or 5 years later to hit you and say, damn, this dude was telling me the truth all along. The catch, no catch that happened in 2014, it took the NFL all the way into the year of 2017-18 to say, yeah, he caught it. Bro, we were saying that the day it happened. But I come here to tell you, yeah, be our own fan base. We have no unity in Cowboys. If we all jump together, if we just stand tall, the whole table will fall, right? But there's a third of this fan base that will fight you. A piece of this 8-year career or 7-year career, there's a majority of the people say they want Tony Romo back, right? Year 1 of Mike McCarthy, there was a third of the fan base saying, hey, bring back Jason Garrett. 3 weeks in of this season, a few of you guys saying, hey, man, Kellen Moore, hey, bring him back. They're 1-2 over there. Clearly could be 0-3 over there. But y'all would prefer to say, hey, bring back Kellen Moore. And we 3 weeks in. This fan base is so shallow and fickle. The moment we lose one game, it's gonna be 27, 29, 30 years again, Lord. We can't win. There are some people, man, If I'm ever in a spot somewhere and I got to throw some hands, I need somebody to have my protection, they hear this and they running. I'm sitting here like I got my squad with me. But the moment they hear this, I turn around, it's just me. It's just me. Ezekiel Elliott is public enemy number one. He's an enemy now. He's an ops. Unfortunately, I don't care about your love affair for him. I don't care how much you said, hey man, feed me. I don't care if you want to wear his jersey. I don't care if you got his tattoo on your back or on your chest or on your arm. Because I know for one thing for sure, two things for certain. The Patriots, oh my goodness. You think that they gonna glorify and lift up Stephon Gilmore? He got a ring with those boys. You think they're gonna give him in honor of Stephon Gilmore? We playing him this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Let's set aside a special. Who's more valuable? Stephon Gilmore for the Patriots or Ezekiel Elliott for the Cowboys? They popped champagne together. They ripped out cigars together. They lifted up a Lombardi together over there. Why you think they're going to give him a treatment? It's going to be homecoming for him?
Since you were in Foxborough, is this game, is it still kind of special against a former team that you were with a long time?
It's a big game because it's the next game. They got a good football team. A great coach. So it's going to be a big challenge for us to go out and, execute how we know we can.
But nothing personal for you?
Every game is personal when you're playing, so you got to prove yourself each and every week. So it just happened to go against a former team that I was on for 5 years. So got a lot of respect for those guys, but, come Sunday, it's all that goes out the window.
All of that goes out the window, ladies and gentlemen. All of that is pushed to the side. All of that, hey, man, I played 5 years for that organization. I popped champagne with that organization. I think that with that organization, he won Defensive Player of the Year. Only a selective few is granted that opportunity from a defensive back. Don't y'all know how hard that is to win Defensive Player of the Year? I don't even think that Prime Time won Defensive Player of the Year. I could be wrong. But this brother won a Defensive Player of the Year. Got to be ready. All of that emotional stuff need to be put to the side. This is a team that you can't walk in on and sleep on and expecting the results.
Have you gotten over the loss of the performance?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially when you early in the season, you got to get them over quick. You don't want them to linger on, especially going to a team like New England, who's a great, fundamentally sound team, who's a great run game and pretty dynamic. So we want to get over it quick and look forward to this weekend.
Oh, Prime wanted in 94. Appreciate you, Thomas.
Yeah, we were just beating ourselves. Obviously, the penalties and people coming out of their gaps and things like that. But everything's fixed, and everything's getting fixed, and we're looking forward to prove it this week.
Any excitement to tackle Zeke?
No excitement. He's just.
Appreciate y'all. So Prime wanted in 94. So that put Stephon Gilmore in that arena. That put him in those lights. Ain't that crazy? So when we play against the Patriots, ladies and gentlemen, let's make it personal. Let's go.
It's my dog. I know it's all love, and I just know we just go out there and compete.
But he's alone. Mike McCarthy talked about how big his head was and how tough he is to tackle.
Yeah. I feel like it's the NFL. All backs are pretty tough to tackle.
Is there some time in practice where you put a good lick on him? I know you're not against Aaron
No, but I feel like Zeke's coming for me because I remember he used to tell me, he's like, lucky I'm not out there. You know, I'll really get you. So, you know, if there's ever a matchup, I'm gonna be looking forward to it for sure.
Is there something weird about just the process of you're in the heat of the game, you tackle him, and then you realize it's him?
You know, it's always a little different. You know, I you know Zeke, everything's gonna be funny to him. So, you know, we miss his presence, his joy he brings to the locker room. So, it's gonna be fun. You know, going against him and having fun.
There's been a lot of talk about.
Yeah, so he says it's gonna be fun going up against him, and I don't take that away. I don't. We need to continue to figure that out too. And one thing that I want you guys to understand, and I said this last night, I appreciate those who went on the Super Friends show. Some of us take the game more personal than the players. It took most of us, Tuesday night, Wednesday, to finally get over the loss of the Cards. Parsons, the man that y'all listening to, the man that y'all heard, hell, the very next day, I think he was on Bleacher Report. He was over it. You know what I'm saying? We still angry. We still upset. Shoot. But that's the impressions that he, you know, give off, you know. But in times, not everybody have that type of feeling. Because old school players, they take that stuff to heart, man. Law, do you have any truth to this? Law, do you have any realism to this? Yeah, I got some truth to it. Watch how old school players feel.
I said,
Listen up.
I said, you want some people. You want a few people that's hungry. I said, you want some people that's willing to spend the next 20 weeks hungry for a Super, hungry for identity. I told you guys, you need some people that's hungry. I don't know about you, but that team that you threw out there on that damn field, they wasn't hungry. They were satisfied with being 2-0. The Cowboys are an appetizer team. Now, say what you will of me. The truth is what it is. If you think last week was bad, if they don't get off their ass and present something better than they did this week, it's going to be a long season. The fans deserve a hell of a lot more.
You goddamn right.
Yeah. I said, you want some people.
That's Eugene Lockhart. Who remembered Eugene Lockhart? He was on the show with Mike Tag and those boys over there. And he was driving. Kind of like when the OC drive, when we watching, when we on the final word, right? When y'all watching it. Eugene pulled over to the side and had to get that out. He had to get that out, you know. So you got to be hungry, man. And at this point, you got to be starving. And he said he want a few guys. He want a few guys to be hungry. He want those boys to play through the echoes of the whistle. And some people are satisfied with the appetizers. Some people are satisfied when you going into those restaurants and just give me the bread. Give me the salad. Oh, make mine Caesar, you know? No, that's the appetizers. So I said in the repost of that tweet, dedicate that brother, Eugene Lockhart, to be, dare I say, the pregame speech guy, the halftime speech guy, right? Post-game speech guy. Because one thing I know for sure, man, we better bust chops over here because the post-game talk is worse than the pregame talk if you don't win. If you don't, look, Coach Coach will say, hey, man, if you lose, even if you lose, fall still fighting, fight through it, right? But give them everything, kind of like what Shay Sharp say, just give them everything you got,
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
When you play like that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, even in a loss, coaches will understand. But if it's still room on the table and you give half-hearted stuff, I've literally seen people say under a post of shout out to my guys, man, Canadian can football, you know what I'm saying, my guys over there, when they was talking about, the LVE play. And they said, hey, if you pause and look back at it, he was held from behind. Don't you know, as a linebacker, you blow through those arms. You disengage from those arms. 72 couldn't been that strong. And if he is, then what the world is going on with Leighton Vander Esch? He can't bust through an arm. So even in practice this week, coaches should be knee deep on him, on that. Because if you can't bust through there, then ladies and gentlemen, what you expecting is going to happen when it's time for you to tackle Ezekiel Elliott, right? What you expecting? Cowboys fan. I know y'all know them. They're my boys over there. People in the comment section was saying, hey, man, he was being held.
But I just can't.
Watch this.
All right, so I just want to look at two plays from LVE. I hate to pick on LVE because I've been...
Blow it up a little bit more.
All right, so I just want to look at two plays from LVE. I hate to pick on LVE because I've been a kind of big to him in the past, but I just can't help but notice plays like this. He has a perfect attempt to make a tackle for, if possibly a tackle for a loss. And
people are arguing, hey, man, he was held right there with one arm. It's the one-arm man. Fugitive. Who remember that? I didn't kill my wife. Tommy Lee was like, I don't care. It was a one-armed man. You find that man. That's a real good movie. Go back and watch Fugitive, man. It's a real good movie, man. You tear that little arm up. You rip that bicep in half. 70. You rip 72 open.
At the very least, maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain, and he just absolutely whiffs. He doesn't even whiff. Whiffing would at least be diving and trying to make a tackle. Instead, he just runs right by him. That's the reason they were picking up chunk yards. And then on the touchdown play, I just like to follow LVE here, and at this freeze frame, it definitely looks like LVE
you
could
tie those
dive and make the
shoelaces. You tie those shoelaces right there. But you got people, man, hey, man, the other angle showed that he was grabbed. Come on, man. Come on. Where it is? Here it is. Where it is right here.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You can't bust through there. You can't bust through 72 reaching around. He supposed to tear that bicep up. Let me see if I can save the pitch and blow it up. You tear that bicep up, man. Come on, man. Let me pull this picture up, man. Let me blow it up for those who don't understand what we saying over here. You tear that little. I wish somebody would have grabbed Ray like that, or Ken Norton back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Or Rolando McClain. He would have been out for 6 to 8 weeks for reaching his little old arm up in there. So you mean to tell me how many pounds LVE is? How many pounds? How many pounds LVE is? He supposed to bust through there. How many pounds he is? And how many pounds that arm is right there? issue. That's supposed to be, that's even more some blow-through action. Hey, I shouldn't have put my hand off in there, Law. You know, I'm coming back with one arm. You know what I'm saying? And don't let that dude 72, I know he ain't left-handed. He 255, 260 pounds. How many pounds that arm is, man? That arm by what? 30 pounds at the most? Blow through that. Torn bicep. Out for 6 to 8 weeks. That's supposed to have been the situation there. Especially you got the pad level right there. Come on. Make that tackle, man. Make that hit. Somebody said he needs some meat. Oh, he needs some milk. Oh, yeah, remember he had neck issues. Well, that's an LV issue. That shouldn't be a Cowboys issue is what I'm saying. That shouldn't be a Cowboys issue there. It shouldn't be. Ladies and gentlemen. Because when you listen to this is what's going to happen.
Zeke had himself quite a day. The Patriots only scored 13 points in offense. 1 touchdown, 2 field goals. But they ran the ball well. And here, if you want to go against the Jets, you got pass rushers. So turn the pass rushers out like Henry does. And now you get this right here. You get this cutback by Zeke, and he looked good. He saw the holes real well. And then you get this, I formation. Didn't get a lot of I formation in Dallas, but they get toss crack right here. Get lost inside, here comes Big Trent. Here comes Pharaoh Brown. And Zeke looked pretty good right there, picking up 12 yards. And then you look in this double down here. Like, watch this Michael Onwenu right here.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing there, right? Nothing. He's got to bounce outside. DJ Reed doesn't contain it. And if you don't contain it, he's still able to get outside. He might lose his little towel, but he's going to get outside you. I formation right here. ISO lead. Patriots been running this play for over 20 years. Different players, same play. Little lead by Pharaoh Brown. Let Zeke on 2nd and 6 go into a car crash, pick up 6, a first down. In the fourth quarter, the Patriots keep it on the ground and play keep away from the Jets offense.
They're going to try to play keep away. Bill Belichick is going to look at who's the weak link. Ain't coming. Stop the run. Slow down the run. Don't allow, because the game plan is this. I think Zeke even spoke of it. He spoke of the game plan. What y'all gonna try to do?
To the run with, the 2 backs we have, and whenever you can stick to the run with, the 2 backs we have in our offensive line, you're gonna wear that defense down, and you're gonna have some success.
Toss following Brown, and he gets outside of the 45, and he is spun forward to the first down run.
Look at Elliott. Elliott showing some speed. He always runs hard. He's got a good feel for the game.
Motion by Stevenson, give to Elliott, plows up the middle, and then he's driven sideways to the 30. And Ezekiel Elliott powers his way for 5 yards on that rush.
Elliott's getting a lot of work today, and he's performing. Zeke Elliott showing a burst.
Shotgun snap, handoff to Elliott, bounces it left, runs to the 30, cuts back right, and Ezekiel Elliott has a first down for New England.
It's a really nice run by Zeke.
Out of the I formation, 2nd down and 6 from the 40. Jones delayed give. Elliott runs to the left side, lowers the shoulders, and barrels his way to the 46.
That's their game plan. You shut down the run, you make Mac Jones throw this ball, you win this ball game. You got to stick your head down in there and make the tackle. Where we talked about the previous 2 weeks, Wanye was on the field. He ain't going to whiff on no tackle. He's going to come down there full head of steam. Bland was down inside. There's 4.3, 4.4 speed inside. I don't think Jordan Lewis is a 4.3, 4.4 guy. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But he didn't look like that. Hooker stayed on the roof. Of course, we missed Trayvon Diggs on the outside. But everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. I like Bland on the outside. I do. But I don't like us looking like we got concrete blocks for feet down inside. and the player down inside making business decisions when he's engaged, when they run his way? When you have foresight, come down and field. When it's necessary, make the tackle, is what we're saying. Trey says Zeke getting crushed Sunday. Yes, that should be the angle there. Crush him. Destroy your opponent completely. Destroy them. Don't give them any room for breathing at all. And this is not me just picking on LVE, by the way. Damone Clark, week 1, week 2, week 3, there's an APB alert out for you, fam. I know it's your sophomore year. Maybe he overanalyzing things. But in this game, I need for you to make some plays. Fill gaps. Play on the right side of the gap. We pulled up some tape already, and we saw with our eyes. When you have two linebackers in the same gap, and there's another gap open, somebody is at fault. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Pastor Eric Cooper. Appreciate you. I agree, Law. Shut him down. Celebrate him later. Yes, indeed. And there's nothing wrong with, having love affair for your player that you love. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with it. But Sunday is not the day. No, it's not the day. So appreciate your loss in translation there. I hope all is well, man, with the video and footages and everything. And that was from Baldinger. He's a real good film analysis guy, and he breaks things down.
About the emotional level, the energy level going into Sunday because of everything that happened last week. Did you feel like that kind of affected you guys on Sunday?
You try to keep as much control what you control as much as possible. But, I mean, we're all humans. We all get affected by things, and, some people more than others. So you never know how anyone's feeling unless you ask them, So I can't speak for everyone. But, at least I try to focus on the game and bring everything I can to the game. So, it's just tough. The energy was off. We didn't play like who we did the first 2 weeks. So it's something that we're looking forward to getting back to for sure.
How frustrating is you guys have talked about being a great defense, and under the market of great defenses, they travel. Your great defense didn't travel. How frustrating is that you guys didn't travel and put that on tape?
Yeah, it's super frustrating, especially when you look at the tape. When you strive for perfection and you striving and you pushing for it, and you say you want to be this, have this identity, and you say you want to do these things, anyone can say it, but you got to go out there and do it. So when you don't do it and you don't play up to the standard, so it's not like who you want to be. You got to look yourself in the mirror and say, I got to be better in this phase. I got to do this in this phase. And you got to go out there and change. If we don't change, then we're just as good as anyone else, or we're never going to grow. But if you look at the face of reality and say, hey, this is who I am right now, this is who I want to be, and I go out there and fix it, then you become a better person, player, and man. So that's who we got to be.
When you have a bad performance like that, what are the positives that you can take away from it?
The positives of failure is that you always learn. That you never really lose. You lose in a moment, and that sucks, but the positive, you always learn. So that's what I'm saying. You never want to take a double L. You never want to lose and not learn. You always want to lose and learn and fix your mistakes, because that's why, we're human. we're players. No one's perfect. We played perfect ball, but, last week just wasn't perfect.
Yes, indeed. There was a movie way back in the days. I forgot what year it came out. Could have been 95, 96, but the name of the movie was White Man Can't Jump. And Rosa Perez, the beautiful Rosa Perez, who remember her, right? And she was telling her boyfriend at the time, sometimes you win, but you really lose. And sometimes you lose, but you really win. You know what I'm saying? And, man, we watched that clip over and over again because at that time I was still young, trying to understand ladies, trying to understand a woman, and shoot. To this day, most men can say we still don't understand the ladies, right? You know what I'm saying? Shoot, she said she asked him, I'm thirsty. So he got up out of the bed, right? He got out of the bed. They was in the bed together, you know what I'm saying? And then he went and gave her a glass of water. And she got pissed off at him and threw the water, I guess she said, I don't want the water. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the water. You know what I'm saying? And she kind of tried to give him a lesson. He got pissed off. He threw the water on her and walked up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So to this day, I don't even know what goes on with that. But, you know, Brandon in the chat, Reynolds says she was speaking facts. So sometimes you do win, but you lose. And sometimes you lose, but you really win. And I don't know how you really put all of that together, but I truly believe and I hope that the Cowboys, we lost this past weekend. You see somebody saying that right now. Law is always political law, politician law. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, vote for Law right now. Law Nation, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm running for president. You know what I'm saying? Kanye West style over here, you know? But what I'm saying is, hopefully the Cowboys figure this out and they can say to themselves, although we lost against the Cards, we really won. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my goodness. My guy said she was thirsty for something else. Yeah. Lawful prayers, man. 2024, baby. We coming. Yeah. Hey, fool around. Come on, baby. It's like, what's going on over here? I said if a sleepy Joe can win, a well-woke law can win. Come on, baby. Oh, my goodness, man. They be everywhere with the campaign slogans with me. Yes, indeed. All right, so with that being said, you know, I truly believe that Parsons should figure this out. You know what I'm saying? He should figure this out and get things going in the positive way. For real, for real.
Particular play that you personally want back, would like to have back from last Sunday?
Definitely, probably that first run. Definitely a read option. I feel like usually tendencies, QBs tend to just give it out on the first read option just to see how it goes. And when he pulled in and ran for that long run, that's probably one for me where I'm like, man, I know I'm a pup player, but I try to go out there and make a play. So I'm just going to go out there and just play my game and just let the plays come to me because that's what works best.
In the past,
I mean, I just fly on the wall. I just want to know how we prepare against running quarterbacks, right? Fly on the wall. I just sit there. I'll be the fly that be way high, you know what I'm saying? Whereas they can't get me with the fly swatter, right? And I'll just be rubbing my hands, seeing what Dan Quinn say to those boys, right? When it's time for Parsons to scrape across the edge there and to go. Do you say, hey, Parsons, man, you know, you got to keep contained. We know that you want to pick up your snacks on the way, but you got to keep containment. I want to know how do they really coach the good ones, right? Right? The good ones that's on this team when they make a mistake. I know how Jimmy Johnson would coach even harder to the good ones, right? And also, I want to know how, like, that Veteran Day off goes. Like, literally, I want to know how that Veteran Day goes for the players. Like, they call C.D. Lamb into the building and say, hey, C.D., you know, you're a veteran on this team. We want you to take the day off. Because I promise you, man, for the playmaker, there were no practice days off. No one out-practiced the playmaker. You know what I'm saying? So I don't foresee, because he took it personal. Y'all get what I'm saying? The playmaker took it personal, and he partied all night. So there's some documentaries out there. He used practice to sweat the toxins out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that C.D. Lamb would not be prepared because this is a whole new age, right, of world. I think, C.D., 22, 23? Give or take, he's a young man. And I've seen people say, hey, man, what is he doing with a Veteran Day off? So that's just my thoughts there. And speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to about right here. Let's listen to Trey Lance on his process right now.
Pass, so for me it's just as many reps as I can get at it without having OTAs and training camp to get those reps, and different practice reps and things like that, stuff that I miss out on throughout the week, not getting reps. It's been really good for me to get those reps before the game.
What's that pregame process like? Do y'all do anything specific, or y'all have like a checklist y'all want to go down, or how does that kind of go about?
Yeah, Scotty always has a checklist, so he has some stuff that he wants to hit and stuff that we've talked about throughout the week that maybe we didn't have time for me to get reps on, but a lot of different throws, different concepts, and it's great for me. I'm thankful for him that he's willing to do it for me pre-game. I get a great workout in as well, and I obviously have his eyes on me the whole time.
How different is his teaching style compared to some of the other guys you've had in the past?
People are different, so I guess that's the best way I would put it. But it's been awesome. I've loved working with him. He's been fun. He's helped me out along the way. I know everything he's got going on from all the coaches and Coop and Dak. From a game plan perspective, I'm super thankful that they take their time to help me out.
You had Greasy last year.
Yep.
Scott played in the league too.
Yeah.
What's that benefit?
That's awesome, man. Seeing guys or being coached by guys who see the game like a player, I think that's huge, and they relate the offense and different coverages, things they've seen in their past, to the looks that we're having now. So for me, it's awesome to hear them talk, as a player, know that it's easy to say different things. Coaches always say with the clicker in your hand, rewinding. But with Scott and Greasy, back in San Francisco, did a great job, I would say, of seeing the game how we see it.
Pre-game in Arizona, what was the focus there?
Footwork for me. It's been a lot of different drops, different footwork, different timing, things like that. Different details to every route. So for me, it's just continuing to get as many reps as I can.
So I'm seeing the Cowboys interview the third string quarterback here, and what I'm thinking here is we were 1 for 5 in the red zone opportunities, right? And then I think in the last 2 weeks we're like 3 for 11, something like that, some crazy number. I think we're like 4 for like 13, 14 collectively all together, something like that. We have a very low number. What I'm getting at is the Cowboys gearing up for something. And I'm old enough to remember Trey Lance scoring a touchdown for the Niners in red zone, right? They had packages for him. He is a guy that right now he's not getting paid crazy numbers. I can foresee the Cowboys pulling out a bag of tricks and utilizing him in the future in red zone, right? He's a guy he's pretty fast, he's quick. He's a guy that can give you some wildcat stuff, right? He's a guy that can give you stretch run stuff from a quarterback, bootlegs and stuff like that. He's very athletic. He can throw off platform. He's been working out with Jeff Christensen, right? And shout out to Two Live Craig. He's been working out with those guys too. And Jeff Christensen is also Pat Mahomes' off-season trainer, right? So, and I'm not calling him Trey Lance, Pat Mahomes, because the only person that's close to Pat Mahomes is Sam Mahomes, right? Sam Howell, according to Louis T. He said that Sam Howell is closer to Pat Mahomes than Trey. So we'll see down the line. So I can see some things that's brewing because I don't see long-form interviews of Cooper Rush, right? I'm seeing them interviewing Trey Lance over here. So they're interviewing his brother for a reason, right? So everything, and I know, I said last night on the Roundtable Super Friends, hey, appreciate y'all, man. I think we had over 127 super chats. Keep that in mind last night. And we get 20,000 views just in one day. So we doing crazy good numbers. And I said that Dak Prescott, my quarterback, our quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Louis has lost it. Yes, 40 Louis, that's my guy though. But boy, this weekend at 12 o'clock noon, baby, Eagles versus Washington team. That's must-see TV because of the outcome. I don't care how it looks during the game. I just want to know the outcome. But neither here nor there. To me, Dak Prescott plays like he's not given the full keys to the franchise. At times, I look at the tape and I'm sitting here like, hey, I don't need for you to play like you got somebody looking over your shoulder. I need for you to play like this is your ship. This is your team. This is what you do out here. You don't have to be You don't have to be this guy who's afraid to make mistakes. He played, our quarterback. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, our quarterback. He plays as if he knows the routine. For those who are out there watching, whoever drive the car differently when their mom is in the car, right? Boy, my mom, when we were driving, mom in the car, shoe, we like to have one hand on the steering wheel, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we might not even want the seatbelt on. Boy, put your seatbelt on, you know what I'm saying? Put both hands on the steering wheel, pull your seat up. I'm like, God, dog, I just want to ride, Mom, you know what I'm saying? But moms know best, right? So it's kind of, sort of, objectively speaking, don't shank me with the butter knife, ladies and gentlemen, that Dak Prescott plays as if he got moms with him in the car, you know what I'm saying? Or pops in the car with him. Let that man drive. He's been driving for 7 years, right? Don't be, them the worst ones, those backseat passenger drivers, right? You know what I'm saying? Davis Mills better than C.J. Stroud. Boy, y'all fighting Texans. Eastside Harold must be in here. You know what I'm saying? Cam says, any injury updates? No, everything is great over here. No injuries update as of now. Knock on some goddamn wood. Everything looks good. Yeah. Eastside Harold, man. Y'all stop entertaining the Eastside Harold. Shout out to the Texans. They won this past weekend. But all last year and the year before that, man, come on, man. Eastside Harold, chill. You know what I'm saying? The moms are the Cowboy fans that's tired of him throwing the INTs. This is from Frankie. Well, Mom, sit back. Just let him drive. Let him cook. You know what I'm saying? Stop panicking. You know what I'm saying? We in the school zone. I get it, right? But shoot, when we outside of the school zone, let him floor it. Let him go 55. Let him go 65, And to me, the way we drive, when we drive, we don't go the speed limit over here, you know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that in Texas, coming from Mississippi. If the speed limit says 65 in Texas, it means go 80, you know what I'm saying? But they very careful of the school zone over here. So if the speed limit in Texas school zone says 25 or 20, go 15, don't go there. They'll pull you over. But everywhere else, shoot, if the speed limit say 65, go 75, and say 75, go 100. You know what I'm saying? Don't be driving slow in Texas. They'll run you over. You know what I'm saying? They'll pull you over. You're going too slow. The cops will pull you over if you go the speed limit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, officer, why you pull me over? You're going 65 into 65. You look suspicious. What you got in that car, man? You know what I'm saying? Shoot. That's just what's going on. Ask Sam Williams. Oops. But Texas, I like Texas, though. I like Texas. When you're driving through Texas, I love the speed. I love the speed out here. And turning signals, they don't believe that in Texas. When it's time for them to get over, oh, that's my exit. You know what I'm saying? They getting over, bro, so you just better slow down. 9 times out of 10, they got them big old trucks out here. They kicking rocks and everything on you, man. Shoot. But in Louisiana, whatever that speed limit is, go about 2-3 miles below it. I ain't lying in Louisiana. Shoot. You get pulled over there, you know what I'm saying? You could be locked up in the slams. And you get locked up Thursday, you ain't going to see the judge until Monday. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm an innocent man. All right, so what? You're speeding, sir. Yes, indeed. Louisiana don't play with their speeds over there. But Texas and Mississippi, you can speed through, but people don't drive as crazy in Mississippi like they do in Texas. Like they really got places to go, people to see, and things to do. All right, so we're going to open up the phone lines, get y'all thoughts and your opinions of everything that we just said and went over. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, a little later on tonight, me, my brother, we're going to do prize picks, man. So a show brought to you by Prize Picks. We're going to do it. We're going to do that. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind.
Only ones who down for real, down for life. Keep it super
There is one other participant in the conference.
Keep it super thorough.
Watch that beat jump in.
Mobbing with my brothers, there's no question, keep it real. Whether we East coasting or we in the Haven Hills.
Yep.
In the poppin' straps of blue faces, not the pills. Heard you calling bluffs, I show and prove it, it's for real.
Fill that room up, baby.
Not the sun is saying.
Not the son of saying. Come on.
Get off the books and keep it coming in. Bitch, the old whip, see what I'm coming in.
Come on.
The inside caramel just like 100 grand. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who
What's good with y'all, man? I got my guy from the 402. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, bro.
Yo, what's going on, Law?
Not much, man.
Well, I just have been thinking about some things going down memory lane, and it happens in my brain that I remember C.D. Lamb caught a ball last year, and he like waved bye-bye to somebody. Do you remember who that was, Law?
It was a guy, DeSoto's own, I believe, played for DeSoto. His name is Jalen Mills. Jalen Mills, I believe. Huh?
Do you remember what was on his shoulders? What team he played for?
The Patriots. Yeah. Jalen
Oh,
Mills.
that's right.
Jalen Mills.
You mean the
Yeah.
team we playing this week, right?
Yeah, the team we playing this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully somebody in the tape room has that one for C.D. Lamb, and he puts up 3 of them, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Now, I don't think they got Jalen Mills out there now. It's a different team. They got my guy Jabril Peppers. They got
They don't have Stephon Gilmore anymore. He lining up on our side.
yeah, he on all sides, man. They don't have J.C. Jackson either.
They don't have the dude who plays for the Raiders, the Raiders, Jacoby Myers anymore.
They don't have Jacoby in them.
Rudy and Bourne.
No.
And Mac Jones, who isn't Tua Vailoa. That's where that's at. They got
Okay.
and they got Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah.
And they can run the ball.
Yeah.
And you remember last year, this happened now as we on this memory lane thing.
Right.
Last year, you remember the Patriots ran the ball except for 2 plays? They were playing the Bills and they just ran it. I think they threw it twice. You remember this?
Right.
And they asked Trayvon Edmonds, and Trayvon Edmonds was like, well, we're going to remember this. Y'all talking about well, remember this.
Remember this.
Let LBE and Damone Clark just sit there while Stevenson and Zeke just run all day. I don't want to see that. Now, it's going to be different because, Mac Jones isn't running like C.J. Stroud was. But this 2 in the middle, Law, I don't know about it. I was listening to the Final Word just now, and boss is saying, "Yo, let Harper in there, let Jabril Cox in there, Hankins and Osa okay in the middle. It wasn't the middle that we got run on; it was the edges. Like they need to go to the barbershop and clean up the sides. That's what was happening. They were running around the outside. Now I think they're going to try. That's the Patriots this week. I'm all over the place. I can see you with your eyes now. You're like, are you talking about last week or this week?
Man, no, break it down though, bro. Hold on.
So I'm saying,
hold on. I got my lawn man outside, so you hold down the show. Matter of fact, I put it on conference mode, so all of y'all hold down the show while I go get
All
this.
participants are unmuted.
All of y'all are muted, man. Y'all hold down the show. I gotta go get this payment. I've got to pay my lawn guy.
Everybody's unmuted for the show. Hey, who all in here then?
It's a party line. Now don't y'all get me demonetized now. Y'all be nice.
It's a Royal Rumble. It's a Royal Rumble. No, I want to say about it.
I don't know what he just did. He just created chaos. It's a Royal Rumble now. Every man for themselves. Every man for themselves.
Is it going to be they running up the middle though? Is it going to be Ramondre Stevenson and Zeke just coming at Osa and Hankins all day? Is that what this is?
It's supposed to be. I'd like to see Mozzie do something. Usually our first round picks play well in year one.
He's more play than Schoonmaker, ain't he?
Me and Scoon.
He's not.
God, dude. Scoon. Our first and second round picks haven't looked good so far. But usually our first round picks ball out from game 1, all the way through. The only 2 that didn't was Taco Charlton and Morris Claiborne.
Okay.
So Mozzie, man, if Mozzie can step it up and play some run D with Hankins in the middle, that'll help the corners out. I didn't know Deron Bland ran a 4.4 either. That's pretty good to know. I think Deron Bland's I think Deron Bland's going to play well opposite Diggs as he did last week. I mean, opposite Gilmore as he did last week. And it's
Diggs didn't play last week, but you're right. We're going to see if he looks good on the outside. Do you think he's getting booty or Bourne? You think they'll go both sides on him? Who's going to be watching Hunter? Is it going to be Hunter Henry, or are they going to bring out Mike Gesicki? Are they going to seam us like Dallas Goedert likes to do? What are we going to do with that? Who's watching the tight end?
J-Ron Kerr is supposed to be the tight end eraser.
All right.
Now, what I meant was I think Deron Bland is going to play really well opposite Gilmore like he did last week. Gilmore looked like the weaker corner last week. But this will be another good game for him to get his feet wet on the outside because they got Kendrick Bourne and that one receiver from Miami that they got, Adams. No, Parker. So,
they got
okay. I think Deron Bland's going to have a Pro Bowl season.
I like Deron Bland. I want to see that too. You're right, because Hollywood Brown ain't nothing to sneeze at. Like Gilmore, but Mac Jones, I think he can handle it. He showed some poise and composure, but I don't know. I think I'd like to see Micah Parsons. I think it would mess with Mac Jones' head more if the Lion wasn't coming. If the Lion dropped back into that middle and was like field captain and soldier and was like, Jabril, you over there, Clark, you over there, and I am just watching Mac Jones' eyes and let him try to step out, and I'm coming. Oh, whoop, D-Law already got you. You know what I mean? Throw a different look at it.
Yeah, might not be a bad idea because we need.
We were talking about.
We didn't
spy nothing. Somebody got to spy.
I know. We need somebody too because Dobbs carved us up. Anytime we play a running quarterback, they just gash us. That's why it drove me nuts whenever Dak Prescott had 2 opportunities to score with his legs last week inside the 5, and he chose not to run. 238-pound quarterback. He could have gotten the end zone twice.
That's what Law is always preaching, right? Mississippi State Dak, fullback Dak. Let's see the legs. You were right. He didn't look left, and he had a couple times he could have tucked and rolled right into the end zone. Like it was a fire drill. Like you in the red zone, it's hot, it's fire. Like get in there, right? He's gonna be there. He's gonna be there.
Inside the 5-yard line, 238 pounds. We got inside the 5-yard line twice, got no points. We got.
He forgot. I mean, somebody here. Speaking of memory lane and going back down, show him the tape, the post game interview when they asked Zeke about seeing his quarterback run into the end zone. What did Zeke say? He said, "That's a grown ass man. That's a grown-ass man. Let him be that man." That's what Law was preaching here earlier. Keep it in D and let Dak drive. Let's go.
Exactly. Now, I don't know if it's Dak or if it's the coaching staff that's not wanting him to run, but when he runs, good things happen. It was 3rd and 15 against Arizona. It's 3rd and 15, right? He gets pocket collapses. He scrambles out. He breaks 3 tackles to get 16 yards to get a first down.
And Brock Hoffman tripped him, or it would have been a touchdown. I was watching that play. Look at Brock Hoffman. Instead of going back to the middle, he closes the gap against Dak. Like, you ain't faster than Dak. That's a touchdown. I'm like, come on, Brock. Sit on down, man.
3rd and 15.
What are we doing with our O-line this week? Oh, my God. Is there any word? Is Zach Martin back? Do we have inactives? We won't get that till Friday, maybe Saturday, right? Oh.
Friday, Saturday. I'm pretty sure Tyron Smith should play because he was in pads last week. He was just a no-go at the very last, because he was on the sideline in pads. I saw him at the coin toss. I thought he was going to play. So I was like, all right, we got 77. But I think he's in better shape than the other 2. But I really hope Zach Martin plays. He had asked we can get away without him because, the backup center, that guy that we just picked up, whoever the backup center is, it's not going to be Brock Hoffman because he's already got too many call-ups. He can't get called up again.
Oh, you mean the other one? Oh, okay. I don't know about that. So, they ain't going to shift Bass over to center, are they? Or it's Bigger Dish is who we need out there in center. We need that man who is a bigger dish. We need
Billy Price is who we picked up this week as center. So it's going to be him or somebody else. But the Zach Martin play, having Zach Martin and Tyler Smith on each side of you helps the center a lot. And Tony Pollard had 120 yards on the ground with 3 linemen missing, So
Well, and that was the whole thing. It was the Alex Kemp and his crew, and we back to talking about last week, which we said we wasn't going to do. But
I know it.
Right? But they was out there anytime we threw, they're like, well, I got something for you. Flag, laundry on the play. Like, come on, man. Come on.
We actually dominated that game.
Those were true penalties. Those were true penalties. We ain't just going to let them play because you wouldn't want that for the other team. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it's holding, it's holding. Like, no, we need to get disciplined.
That holding in the end zone. That holding in the end zone should have been a safety. I mean, and then that pass interference on Gallup. I mean, the ball was 2 yards away, and the corner was all up in his grill. Not looking, he didn't even turn his head around. Is what got me. They threw the flag, and then he picked it up with no explanation. And you know what's coincidental? That was the most flags that we've had since the 21 San Francisco playoff game in the wild card round. What's coincidental about that is the head referee.
Every time we go to Arizona.
But what's funny about that is
Mike McCarthy just can't beat Arizona, bro.
The head referee for the Arizona game was the head referee for that San Fran game. So it seems like that head referee has something on us.
You're right about that. It ain't even personal though. It's just the way he calls the game. They got it now. You can see like Cruz. It's like Alex Kemp and Sean Hockley, and then like you know Jerome Booger's crew and all of that. And you can the line judges on down. They got the metrics now. But that's neither here nor there. I know somebody else trying to jump in here. Look who back!
There he is.
Handle the lawn situation.
There's the man. There's the Nate. Hey, everybody. I know Law don't mind me promote my deal whenever his awesome show is over, guys. Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report, guys. Check me out. I'm trying to get to 500 into 1,000, then my channel's going to take off. I can't do it without y'all, Cowboy Nation. My first game was Super Bowl 28 against Buffalo in the Georgia Dome. I was 6, and ever since then I've bled blue. I don't know why, just have. And every game is personal. Like, man, I get too into it sometimes. I don't know. It's just a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
No doubt, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for holding it down, man. All of you guys were holding it down.
Yeah, we was doing that for sure.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man, Charles in Charge, man. It's a good call from him, man. I thank y'all, man. Fool around and didn't have any direct change for my guy. You know what I'm saying?
All participants are muted.
So appreciate y'all, man. Ooh, we're gonna start doing that more often. Y'all came up. Y'all gave me a new idea. You know, on late games, post games, and what have you. I'm just gonna open it up on a conference call just like that, and allow y'all to spit y'all mind. Everybody, how did it go, y'all? How did it go? Did they all jump in at the right time? You know. All right, so. Let me see. Let me see if the order is gonna correct itself. So Charles, and then so you were just on Swayze, and then 850, and then 100 grand. And we can go in that order. Brandon, and then Mike, and it should be in that order right there based off of this conference. So Swayze for the 908. You're live.
What's going on, Law? This is Swayze, the objective Cowboys fan here, giving objective analysis. How's it going?
All is well. All is well. Can't complain.
Yeah, man. Like, so I did some selling after the loss. You know, when you call in after the loss, a lot of emotions going on, things of that nature. So I sold in. I looked at our season. I was projecting in my head what we're going to do. It's going to be a tough one this week. I'm not going to lie to you. The Bill Belichick press conference, he was giving us a whole bunch of praise. That when he does that, that means he found something. I'm not gonna lie to you. He found something. I don't know what it is. Maybe like we're gonna get a big dose of Ezekiel Elliott. But then again, he probably is anticipating Dan Quinn's emphasis of stopping the run, especially inside. But regardless of the fact, our problem was outside, especially with Josh Dobbs last week. So I don't necessarily know what's going to happen, but it's going to be a tough one, to be honest with you.
No doubt. It should be a tough game regardless. I think that they may hang with us for the first quarter. By the second quarter, we should start pulling off if we play our style and brand.
How are we going to do that?
If we score and they don't, I think that I trust my defense more than I trust their offense. That's the only way. You know,
offense?
I trust my defense more than I trust the New England Patriots offense.
Oh, okay. So you think we're going to turn the ball over?
I think that my defense is going to force Mac Jones to do what Mac Jones do.
I mean, yeah. Our defense is going to force them to turn the ball over.
Right. Cards, man, they caught us with our pants down. That offensive coordinator was a step ahead of us in every way. You know, I think that last week the offense for the Cards won the game more so than our team lost the game. They were able to trick us. Those explosive plays, 6 plays for more than 20 yards, killed us. We wasn't prepared.
Nah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's going to happen every now and then. Like I said before, like when it comes to the defenses,
right?
Every now and then it's going to be a lull when it comes to defense. Like you can't expect the defense to be the 2000 Ravens, the 85 Bears every week. That's impossible, especially nowadays with social media. The attention span, we got a lot of young players. Like even Michael Parsons said himself, he said they wasn't fully in the game. Like to be honest with you, like they thought the Cardinals were just gonna beat the Cardinals because they had the Cowboys jerseys on. The Cardinals had the Cardinals jerseys on. So that's one of those factors. The only thing that it still worries me is just like 16 points. Like I kind of don't get that. Like I understand like 16 points against the Cardinals. Like I just don't. I really don't understand that. To be honest with you, like that should worry all of us. To be honest with you. Like,
well, which one is more unbelievable? Cowboys only scoring 16, even though they was inside 5 times, or all of a sudden you look down there and you see 28 points by the Cards, especially 180 yards rushing before the half. You know, that would have been more of like the Cards are able to run 180 yards on the Dallas Cowboys. That haven't been done since 1991.
Yeah, I completely understand that. A lot of those is big run plays, 20-plus rush yards. I mean, 20-plus like big plays from rush yards. I feel like in the second half we was pretty decent when it comes to stop and run in the second half. Not in the first half, but in the second half. But also, the reason why I say like 16 points is like in today's league, it's like you're not gonna beat anyone just scoring 16 points. Like we gotta make sure that we have that under control. Like I'm looking at Dak Prescott's pass yards attempts per game. It's like he's one of the lowest in the league. Like I think it was like 5.8 yards per pass attempt.
Yeah, something like that. But he averaged
lower than Zach Wilson.
But the league average is what 6'5", 6.5", right? So he's still above that collectively. So the last game.
But I'm saying like just I'm talking about Dak Prescott's average when it comes to pass yards attempt. Right. Less than Zach Wilson. I hope people understand what I'm saying right now.
No. Because it's such a sample size. It's sample size, Swayze. Because even though that is good stats there, bad stats there, but we was up 40-0 on the Giants, and then of course 30-10 versus the Jets. I don't think that you're gonna get guarded numbers when you get guarded stats to passing yards when you are already up and the defense puts you in those favorable conditions. So that's why it's too soon. It's too soon to use that as a stat measure of the quarterback right now. It's too soon.
All right, yeah, I give you that. I'm not gonna press hard on that, but I'm just saying.
I feel you, man. But I appreciate you, bro. We got some more people to jump in.
Let me just say one thing. Before I go. For some reason, DallasCowboys.com, they're interviewing Trey Lance. Why is that? I really don't understand that. Why interview the third-string quarterback of the Dallas? I'm just saying, like, pay attention. Like, they tell you how they feel without telling you how they feel. Just to let you know.
No doubt, bro.
How about the Cowboys?
How about them?
27-17.
27-17. Appreciate you, Swayze. All right, so we got the 850, then 100 grand with the plan. So I got 850. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, Lau.
What's good?
Hey, how you doing?
Man, well, man, I can't complain. Talk to me, man.
Yes, I just got 2 quick questions. One of the questions is, don't you think it's time for Jerry to go ahead and retire and pass that baton?
You talking about Jerry Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
it's time for him to just go ahead and pass that baton, don't you think? I mean, he's already owned the Cowboys for over 25 years, and he's already a multi-billionaire. And, I think it's just his time to go ahead and let someone else dream come true to own the Cowboys. I mean, what do you think?
To own the Cowboys? Nah, man, this is a money-making dream for him, Shoot, he would never – look, Jerry Jones is a multi-billionaire, So someone who never made $1 million, you know what I'm saying, can't tell him nothing. And someone who never made billions can't tell him anything. So he's going to continue to squeeze all what he can because this is not work for him. This is passion. This is a thing of joy. It's kind of like a kid at Disneyland or Aqua World or whatever they may be, SeaWorld, I meant to say. And when you tell them, hey, are you ready to go? They be like, no. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready to go? No.
I understand that part. You try to squeeze as much as you can, but you're 80 years old.
I know, but he's a kid in a candy store. I took my little ones to Great Wolf Lodge, right? I was ready to go the day I made it in there. You know what I'm saying? But they swam all day. And I said, are you ready to go? No.
Yeah.
Then the next day, woke up the first thing in the morning, let's go swimming. You know what I'm saying? So I was in there like, all right, cool. I'm Aqualaw over here. So, and I was telling them, are you ready to go? No. Are you ready to go? No. So I had to bribe them. I had to literally bribe them with ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, we're going to get some ice cream, but you got to get out of the clothes and go this way. You know what I'm saying? Come on this way. So that's Jerry Jones, and I don't think that he would have a big enough bribe, you know what I'm saying, to get him up out of there with ice cream. You can't bribe that man with ice cream. You can't.
So you don't think he's gonna be gone? He's gonna willfully just go ahead and say, I'm gonna go ahead and retire from owning the Cowboys and just go ahead and.
He ain't retiring. You know when he retired? Whatever business that he was doing before he bought the team, he retired from that, and now he's living his best life. I think Jerry bought the Cowboys when he was in his late 40s or something like that, early 50s.
Yeah.
So he's running, man. He's good. He ain't ready to go, So he good. Right. Then his generation. This is wealth, Jones Jr. is going to be leading the Cowboys by this time. You know what I'm saying? 20 years from now.
Right.
Jerry Jones may be still alive 20 to 30 years from now. You know what I'm saying? AI Jones going to be running this thing.
Yeah. But second question is,
go ahead.
We have, our Cowboys, I'm going to look over, we're dealing with some issues. Everything does.
Right.
But there's one thing that bothers me the most. It's just skipping all the other mistakes. There's just one mistake that really makes me chew nails is when we get down on the first and goal on the 5-yard line and can't score. One time we was on the 1-yard line on the first down. We have these red zone issues. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you can just solve that one problem, we can win probably almost all our games.
Well,
what do you think about it?
Well, we only 4 games. Well, going into our 4th game, so any issues that we have now, it's good to be 2-1. We haven't peaked yet.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys still working on some things. The Eagles had red zone issues last week, right? But they figured out a way to win that game. So it's majority of the teams are still figuring out things, right? I seen the.
But we had that issue last year too.
No, we were number 1 team in red zone.
Oh, we was? Oh.
Yep.
Oh, maybe I was thinking about when Garrison was there.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. So I appreciate you for calling in, fam. Thank you so much,
no problem.
Bro. Hey, man, a good call from you, man. Yes, indeed. That's a good call from 850. But, I don't want us to fall into the traps of thinking that your team is complete 3 games in, especially when everybody that you saw on offense who wasn't the starter didn't play any preseason game week 1, week 2, week 3 of the preseason, right? And I know this all sound like bevies of excuses, but those are context, not excuses. So when you add everything together, you say, okay, we have something that we can stack upon and build upon. And especially when you're talking about efficiency level. 4 guys on the offensive line last week didn't play the previous week. 4 guys the previous 2 weeks didn't play at that spot. Chuma Edoga, they kicked him at left tackle. I get it. Some people would take that and chalk it up and say, man, any team can do that. Well, name me the team. I'll wait. Name me the team that said, okay, we're going to walk into a field on the road and we're going to put out 4 guys who didn't play the previous week at that spot, right, on the offensive line. And we want max efficiency. You're not going to get it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I got my guy $100,000 from the 201. You're live with the plan. Talk to me, man.
Listen, man. Everybody, doom and gloom. This is the fan base, Lord. Man, come on, man. Y'all need to stop. Oh, we can't Bill Belichick and really?
Yeah.
I need to stop, bro. When we blow the Patriots out this week.
Oh, I mean, what's the lottery numbers, though, man? Because I'm listening to you real hard over here, man. What's the lottery numbers, man? I want to get some of that Jerry Jones money. So when somebody call into my show, say, you think, Law, it's time for you to retire, Law? Because, you doing this show. And, I think Laura need to do her show now, man. You taking up all of this space. Do you want to retire, Law? You know what I'm saying?
and listen, let me tell you something, Law. Right? Me being a sports bettor, I look at the game. I knew we was going to lose because we can't handle dual threat quarterbacks, Law.
Right,
Am I lying?
Right.
We always have a problem. That's why I said, listen, man, we're going to have some problems in that game because of that reason. People claim, oh, man, I love the Cowboys. No, you don't. You look at the box score, did we win, and that determines your factor. You don't look at the games and, they got a problem here, they got a problem there, this and that. You just look, oh, we won today? All right, we hype. Oh, we lost today? Oh, man, fire everybody. And you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, come on, y'all can't stand it. You know what I mean?
True that.
That's called bandwagon fans. You know what I'm saying? That's
True
called
that.
bandwagon fans.
No doubt,
For
man.
real.
It's crazy, bro,
You know
how
what I
that
mean?
how all of that is.
Why are we going to beat the Patriots? Why are we going to beat the Patriots, Law?
I mean, you got
Daniel
Mac Jones.
Don't do what?
Mac Jones is a statue a little bit, and I think
Thank
that
you.
we're gonna be vicious with our approach. Granted, this defense, Dan Quinn did this offense before, right, in 2021, and that's when he was putting pieces together. So you get another shot at it. He knows some of the concepts that they're gonna try to do, and I think Dan Quinn is gonna stand tall in this game and dial up a good game plan for the Cowboys.
Daniel Jones is a statue. He's
Mac Jones, man. Mac Jones, man.
Mac Jones. I got Daniel Jones, man. Mac Jones is a statue.
Yeah.
He can do turnovers when you put the heat to him. He cracks under pressure. You see what I'm saying? Blowout, Law.
Blowout. Okay, man. I'm gonna
We
take
put
your
up
word,
30.
man, for that, man. What else you got to say before I let you rock?
We putting up 30 on them boys, and that's it, man. That's all I got to say, man.
No doubt, man.
Just don't hop back on the bandwagon. Y'all guys worried about Bill Belichick, and he's a mastermind. He's not a mastermind, yo. He's not. He's trash.
No doubt. All right, bro. Appreciate you, man, so much, man. I love to hear that from my guy.
Damn.
That's my guy, $100,000 with the plan, man. All right.
The conference has been locked.
Appreciate y'all, man, for jumping in and tuning in. Let me know. I see there's a little choppiness. I don't know what's going on with that. But let me know on the Facebook if everything seems clear over there. It just seems a little choppy on my end. And I'm seeing some frame rates dropping. And we've been having issues with some of this technology over here in Dallas using those servers. So I got 815. Brandon, you're live on The Nation. Talk to me.
Can you hear me, Law?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You live. Talk to me.
So, I want to say this. I think this is we got our first little test is gonna be this weekend, not because of Bill Belichick, who before last year he was. I think we were 0-5 against him. But because it's a bit both because I
want to also throw this out there too. Dak Prescott had one of his better games against Bill Belichick, but I think this is a test because of Bill Belichick, but also because of what we did. We underestimated Arizona, and also I said what Law was saying a few days ago. Like when you playing a team like that, they basically just doing whatever. Like let's just throw it all out there. Like it's kind of hard to game plan against that. But I still think this is a test because what you don't want to do is you don't want to be on a 2-game losing streak going to playing against the 49ers, a team that has put us out the last 2 years. I don't think people agree with much, but I think we can agree. We don't want to do that. I also believe wherever we are as a team, we gonna find out Sunday. Like, do we got them dogs or not? Like, I believe we do. I know we do. But I kind of believe whatever we are as a team, we gonna kind of know Sunday. Whatever we are, for better or for worse, we gonna know Sunday. In my opinion, we gonna know Sunday. This tape that I seen on LVE is borderline cuttable to me. It's borderline cuttable to me. Like that play when he just absolutely to me said, I don't want to tap him in the back. That he could have stopped him in the backfield. That to me is borderline cuttable. I hope the Dallas Cowboys really take a look at LVE. I'm not liking what to me that's what I saw on the tape with that. I believe we're gonna have a big game Sunday. I just believe that we don't know what is the 2022-23, what a 23-24 Cowboys. What are we?
Yes, indeed. We would definitely you'll be 4 games in, and then you'll have a large enough sample size to really go into details of certain things. You want to see improvement, right? You want to see growth. You don't want to see decline in certain players and what they do. So for example, you want Gallup to stack a good game together, right? This would be his second game coming from a good game. So we would see and want him to do better. We want Brandon Cooks. This is a game that he played against. He played with the Patriots, right? So just like they talked about, hey, the return of Zeke. Well, Brandon Cooks returned. He took that team he was on the Super Bowl team with the Patriots. He got knocked out.
Had he finished that game, they probably would have won.
They probably would have won. So he's sitting there like, give me this opportunity, give me this chance to flex my muscles here, right? So let's go, man. I feel that this should be an exciting game. I think that Brandon Cooks should eat. I think that Gilmore, he should step it up too. This is not just Zeke, a return of Zeke. This is also a return of Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore.
And it's a return of the Cowboys because we offensively we had a great game the last time we played them. Let's not forget that.
No doubt.
I'm not the big. He played well. How about them Cowboys? Shout out to Law Nation. Shout out to the nation. Hey, Dak, I'm still watching you though, bro.
No doubt, man. No doubt. He gonna keep watching Dak. So yeah, he right. And all of that record stuff, we got to throw it out. We got to throw it out on our previous meetings with Bill Belichick outside of Mike McCarthy. I think Mike McCarthy is like 3-4 versus Bill Belichick. So let's go. Let's see if Mike can be 4 now. You know what I'm saying? I think he will win this weekend if he stick to his guns. I think that when you start talking about Jason Garrett versus Bill Belichick, of course Jason Garrett lost to Bill Belichick. Of course, that should be the record there. I got Dr. Q, man, from the 210 UN, and then we will have Queen next. So what's good? What's good, Dr. Q?
What's going on, Brother Lyle, man? Hey, I'm glad I was able to get into the program today. I've been trying to catch it for about 2 days, man, but we're here trying to prep our future doctors for this USMLE, United States Medical License Exam test for the head after clinicals. But I wanted to just say a couple things, man. This game is going to be much closer than folks think. Everybody gets paid. Everybody's going to play. And for some strange reason, man, the two teams that, and they're not even in our division, the two teams that typically give us fits, now y'all going to laugh at this, it's usually the Cardinals and it's the Cleveland Browns. I don't know why. Those two teams give us fits, and we hardly play them, but they do give us fits when we play. And I just don't understand that. But,
the football gods showing favor for those teams, you know? Go ahead.
I know, but I called you the other day at halftime in the game, and like I told you, I think that their emotions, man, they wasn't really playing with their emotions for the game. I think a lot of people don't want to admit it, but I think a lot of that Trayvon did was still on their mind. So I think emotionally they just wasn't there. But Lord, do you mind if I expound on a topic you had? It was like a couple days ago about everybody, our Cowboys fans, saying go get Pitts.
Yeah, go ahead, expound. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing, man, and I know you know this, Lord. Possibly some other Cowboys fans will know this too. So you got to think about it, man. Pitts came out in 2021. He signed for $32 million. Zeke came out in 2016 for $24 million. So fans, you got to look at the business side of this when you start talking about these trades. So you see how that's an $8 million difference from 2016 to 2021. They both came out in the first round, fourth overall pick. So when the owners, when they look at this, they still looking at the dollar perspective of this, man. And the reason why I know this because I had the privilege to actually meet Dan Snyder because my brother-in-law played for the Washington Redskins with the late Sean Taylor, Lamar, my brother Lamar Marshall. He took Lamar Aaronson's spot.
Oh, wow.
So I lived up in Virginia area, so I got a chance to meet Chris Samuels and all of those guys who played back in those days. And so I got a chance to meet Dan Snyder. This man, when the guy was talking about selling the Cowboys, you know, Dan Snyder bought the Redskins for $800 million. What did he sell it for? $6.5 billion. So Jerry's not getting ready to sell no team, man. So please quit thinking that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when they start talking about these trying to trade, man, the owner's going to look at it like, okay, you're talking about, like someone said, let's swap Gallup. But you got to think about it. Gallup was a third-round pick. Gallup did not make $32 million because the owners, they want to trade, but the owner's going to do everything to recoup money because it's a business. But our fans don't understand that, man. When they just think, hey, man, we need to go get this person, they're not going to give up that unless you push it up. So you think about the trade for Pitts to Gallup. That doesn't even match from a business perspective. It doesn't match because there's an $8 million, almost $10 million difference in price.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, they suffered injuries. They both Pitts up the ACL in 2021 because remember he was out the whole 2022, and then Gallup suffered the same injury. But I'm here to tell you, Pitts is 22, Gallup is about to turn 27, and I'm here to tell you, Cowboys fans, 30 is not the new 20, and that's all I have, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you, Dr. Q, man. That's a great breakdown of the money aspect of it. And I think that a lot of people, you know, as far as trade, we look at it from a Madden point of view or from a fantasy point of view. But, you know, these guys got checks and balances that they got to clear. And normally, like, let's say if a player acts out of it, like I think Devontae Adams over there in Raiders land, if they're unhappy and they already kind of like older, maybe you can make some concessions there. But when they're young and you got them on a young contract, I honestly like to hold them to the feet unless you make an offer that they can't refuse, right? And we've seen that happen before. How far are we off from that? I don't know. But I can tell y'all, man, that I think that from a defensive perspective, you can look at this offense and say, okay, are we like I know we got office furniture on the offensive side of the coin, right? You know, Dak ain't going nowhere. He got a no trade clause on his contract. He's $59 million against the cap. So either you're going to take that blow or extend it and spread it out, right? Those are the things that you can do on that side of it. But the defense, I don't think that you are in the corner in that way, right? So I think that if I'm from a business aspect, if I want to improve this team, to a crazy great level, I'm on the phone every day, and I'm looking for a linebacker. I'm looking for another a person that I can put on this defense, whether it be down the line for the future. I'm looking at defensive backs. I'm looking at ways that I can get in front of this and make this defense even more hellacious, right? So that whatever happened last week will never, ever happen again. I'm doing that right now. If I know for sure that this team can win it all, and if I'm Jerry Jones, look, I think Gandalf died today or yesterday. Y'all remember Gandalf, man? Shoot, these older men, they ain't staying around forever. I don't know that man's real name, but what's his name? Y'all put his name in the chat. I ain't trying to be disrespectful to him, but Gandalf, he's gone, So he got more years behind him than in front of him. And if he want to see the Cowboys lift up that trophy one more time before he go.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
What's in the way? You know what I'm saying? Make that trade. Pick up the phone. Burn the midnight oil or the late night oil, however that saying go. Figure it out. You may just be one defensive player away from having a juggernaut of a defense. But you have to understand that you may want to win a certain way, but bump all of that and understand that, that bad tape, you can't help that out. That's determination, willing to go squeeze down. Olorian is his name. Appreciate you, JT. Speaking of JT, you live now, man. What's his name again for the 260? You live, JT. What's his name?
Hey, can you hear me, Lord?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam. Yeah.
Hey, so one thing I do want to say is,
and then Queen is next. My bad. Go ahead.
But yeah, for everybody at large, I just want to say just not to overreact because while that loss we took was bad, I think we have to understand there's still 14 games left. My fault.
14.
And we have plenty of time to fix this going on. We can't panic over one loss.
Right. You can't panic, man. You can't hit that panic button, man. You got to understand that there's plenty of football left. I remember, I think it was a year that the Detroit Lions, they started off 5-0, didn't even make the playoffs, So sometimes you can start off good, but it's how you finish and still building. You don't want to peak. You don't want to peak yet. You still want to figure out, hey, this is what I need to do better at. This is what we can improve at, and still shuffle the deck on your roster.
Right. And this is a kind of a weird question, and I don't know if we're gonna have the answer to it, but what is Skip Bayless's obsession with Cooper Rush about law? I just don't get why every time the Cowboys lose a game, he wants Dak pulled for Cooper Rush. I don't understand that.
Man, I don't know. Skip is Skip, and he have his own mind of thinking that he knows better than the Jones family and Jimmy Johnson and any of the coaches that ever coached here, Barry Switzer, and that's good old Skip, man, and that's how he make his living. So, is Cooper Rush a guy that could be capable of winning us multiple games in the season? Yes, it's proven, right? But at the same time, is he a guy that can survive and live through the whole season? We don't know, So those are the things that we have to look back on. And the backup quarterback from a writer, from people that used to do this 4-ladder, 3-ladder stuff, networks, is always the good piece when you're talking about Cowboys, because you can write those storylines, and you got an owner who loves the attention, who won't put the fire out. He would love for that fire to spread. And that's Jerry Jones. He's taking advantages of it too.
Yeah. I get it. I do get why people say it from a literal perspective, but from a practical perspective, do people understand how hard it is to be a sustainable quarterback in a 17-game season? It's not, look, backup quarterback, and this is not a knock on Cooper Rush, what I'm about to say, but, backup quarterbacks are backups for a reason, they just, usually your backup quarterbacks are just not good enough
Right.
to sustain you over a full season. Like the only situation I can remember where you could actually make that case was with Nick Foles. But that was like a completely different situation because the team around Nick Foles in Philly was unreal. Like he's a good backup quarterback. Like, and we get that. Like I said, there's no knock, but he's just. I don't think he's gonna be the type of quarterback that can lead us to a Super Bowl or anything like that. Law. Like he's good where he is. Though, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, this is the thing that I tell people all the time when they debating. They believe, like, for example, Skip Bayless, for example. Skip Bayless believe in Cooper Rush more than Cooper Rush believe in Cooper Rush. So and that's just the reality of it, man. And he never even spoken to Cooper Rush, right? So that's just how that goes. And there are fans of Cooper Rush that believe more than Cooper Rush believe in Cooper Rush. So that's just how that goes, man. And shout out to him. I like the fact that he's on our team. He's 5-1 as a starter. And, hey, let's continue to build that resume up. But he's such a great starter that no other team, all 32 teams, including us, passed up on him when he was on the open market. People are not foolish, man. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce on the open market right now, she won't be still on the open market by this time next month. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how that goes, too. I just use Beyonce as an example, but y'all know how that goes. Taylor Swift too.
Well, yeah, and here's a question that I have, and this doesn't have anything to do with our team, but like it's just something that I've noticed. Like, are you noticing like with some of these quarterbacks that were great last year that are struggling this year, that people just have not said a word about them? Like, I'll give you 3 examples, right?
Go ahead.
So obviously we know Joe Burrow was great last year, and he's been great most of his career. But this season, he's not been good at all, really. Another example, Jalen Hurts. Like, Jalen Hurts was great last year, was second in MVP, I think. But this year, like, his turnovers are going through the roof. He already has, I think, 5 turnovers, which is, I think, basically what he had all last year. Like, he's not taking care of the ball as good as what he did last year, but, like, You'll never hear about that like on the 4-letter networks, Law. Like they don't. If they talk about Hurst's turnovers, they'll squeeze it in and say like, okay, like it's just a part of the game. But like we don't get that same benefit of the doubt. Like there's always like some extra layer of like, hey, maybe Dak is just not that guy, or all that other stuff over one turnover. Like they just make up stuff as they go along. Like that.
Man, they do, man. They ain't gonna talk about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I feel you, man. I appreciate you for calling in, JT.
Salute to you, Law.
Let's go. That's a good call from my guy JT, man. And let me expound on it before I let Queen in. If we looking for fair imbalances, man, you would not get that. Like 2021. Yards given up was a major conversation. Everybody knew how many yards Trayvon Diggs gave up. 2022, interceptions, a major conversation. Now, who's the NFL leading interception guy? Nobody knows, right? Nobody knows. I think that right now Dak Prescott got the least interceptions amongst anybody in our division, right? But people still saying, hey, Dak, wait a minute, don't throw an interception. He threw an interception, right? Right? So every year, I think one year, when Dak had like, I think it was 2019 or 2018, Dak had like the most sacks allowed, right? He kept getting sacked. Nobody's talking about Sam Howell right now with 19 sacks. He's leading the division in sacks allowed, right? I think Jalen Hurts is still on that list, top 5 or top 10. And with 9 sacks allowed, right? So it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So this year, what they talking about now, they swaying the conversation to average yards traveled, right? Yards underneath, dinking and dacking. We stirred the whole conversation of the world of the NFL. So now it's going to be, now, if we don't show up this red zone situation, Dak is going to be the talk of the town. What are the Cowboys' red zone efficiency level, right? When nobody accounted for 4 out of the 5 guys wasn't on that offensive line the previous 2 weeks. Yeah, I can't make this stuff up, man. Yes, indeed. I got Queen from the 910. You are in, Queen. Talk to us.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. Can't complain.
I hope that I don't sound defeated. Calling you today. I am a diehard Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm a realist.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit up here and complain about all the players. You know, I let you guys give the assessments and stuff, and you know, keep me posted and keep me up to date with what's going on and everything. But like when I can tell in like the first 2 possessions or so, kind of how the game is going to go. I am so serious. I can tell that soon whether we're going to lose or not.
Okay.
And so I turn the TV off, or I turn on a movie, because I do not want to watch my Cowboys lose.
Right.
I never want to watch them lose. So at this point, I think to keep myself from getting all flustered and frustrated and all those other types of things, you know, I'm going to root my team on, just constantly root them on and everything. And, you know, if they lose or whatever, better luck next time. But I've gotten to the point now where when they have to change players, when they have to get rid of or acquire new players and things of that nature, I'm just going to trust and believe that they know what they're doing and they know a little bit better than me what it is they need to do for us to be successful.
Right.
So I love Dak Prescott.
Uh-huh.
I want Dak Prescott to have a ring. I think that Dak Prescott is capable of getting us there and getting us a ring and things of that nature. But, you know, with Mike McCarthy right now, he's disappointing for me with the play calling from that last game. But since I've listened to some of the more educated, you know, football educated people, there's a lot of different things that go in that stew that make up a football game.
Yep.
And if certain things, all the ingredients are not there in that stew, then a lot of bad things are going to happen. Just like, you know, some of our O-line getting knocked out at the very last minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, what if you was an opera singer and you got up there to do a show and then your band had a wreck, you know, your orchestra had a wreck on the way to the show and they can't make it, but you still got to get your ass out there and sing the opera song.
Yeah, yeah, but
guess what? Your show gonna be shitty.
It's gonna be shitty regardless. But sometimes, no matter how you look at the sandwich, if it's shit on it, it's gonna taste like shit, right? So I look at it from that aspect. And somehow, when you look at potato salad and people putting raisins in it, it don't belong. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to taste it to know what it's going to taste like, right? It just don't belong.
Right.
And I've seen, you know, a lady put celery sticks in spaghetti. I'm sitting here like, hey, you know, you're beautiful, you look good and everything, but that just, to me, don't belong, and I'm not finna eat it. So when you see Chuma Edoga at left tackle, I'm just sitting here saying that, hey, this is gonna be a long night, you know. So when you see these guys out here, undrafted rookie free agent, you know what I'm saying, that's on our team at right guard, and I'm seeing Zach Martin on the sideline, I'm seeing Tyron Smith with full shoulder pads and helmets, I know that this food is not going to taste great. It doesn't matter who we going to play, right? Now, could we win? Could we digest that? Yeah. But the mindset of it is still, I don't like how it tastes. So that's just what it is, ladies and gentlemen, and a lot of fans don't understand that. Yeah.
No, that San Francisco game we played last year,
Right.
I truly, in my heart, believe it was more Mike McCarthy that was scared than the team. Okay, at this point.
At that point, well, Mike McCarthy, he should have stood tall and said, "Give me this playbook. Let me call the plays." If he didn't like second and 2. If he didn't like second and 2 empty, going inside that red zone 20 and the 20 at the 20, right? And on top of that, he should have been more boisterous. But I look at it.
Right.
I look at it equally, Queen. When I say this, he had his back against the wall because the owners upstairs, they already see that this is who they wanted to groom to be the next coach, the head coach, and it was Kellen Moore. So he had to sit back and allow the kid to burn the kitchen down. Allow him to cook, allow him to put raisins in the potato salad, allow him to put celery sticks in the spaghetti. So he had to allow it in order for the people above him to see it. And that's what we up against. Well, look, we can go to the high heavens and say, hey, LVE will not come down and field. He would not come down and hit. That's the nature of him, right? We can see it from tape.
They need to sit his ass down.
They need to, but they not going to do it, Queen. And for those who would say, well, equally law, if you can point that out for LVE, why don't you point out the flaws for Dak Prescott? Well, the difference is you
already have.
I already did. I don't know matter how many times I do it. I do it all the time. but people, they hear what they want to hear.
What they want to hear.
There you go. I appreciate the Queen. Anything else before I let you go?
All right. Yeah, I know you're not a Dak Prescott apologist. I know that for damn sure. You called the tomatoes the damn tomatoes, and that's the bottom line. Let them hang, Cowboy Nation.
Yes, indeed. To the window, to the wall.
To the wall.
Yes, indeed, to the sweat. All right, she always get people going, man. But I hope you guys get with what I'm saying, and I say the same thing. On the Eagles community, I said the same thing about Sam Howell. I said the same thing about Daniel Jones. In my approach in this lane of sport, I'm calling literally a spade a spade. People didn't like the tush push. I got the name of it right now. Tush push, right? I mean, stop them before they get to the one. It's football. Football been always a sport that's been designed to evolve. Put it like this. The reason why we got zone defenses in the National Football League, because of the Cowboys. There's a guy by the name of Bullet Bob Hayes, right? I mean, he was the very first Tyreek Hill. He's so fast that Tyreek Hill looks slow to him, right? And teams didn't know how to stop him. Who's blessed in this chat right now or old enough to see Bullet Bob? You know what I'm saying? And let me know what team he played on. And let me know how teams had to figure out how they stopped that. You know what I'm saying? That play that he would do. You know what I'm saying? Who's old enough? I know we got a lot of people in here, you know what I'm saying, that's probably old enough to remember him. Yes, indeed. Posey says underwater fish don't stink. I got my guy Mike Sanders, man, from the 757 You Live. Mike, talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Not much, man. My bad. I gave your whole government name. People looking up Mike Sanders. Like he's related to Dion and them, man. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, bro. It's all good. The only thing, I want to say really, man, is, man, come on. We're going to have to give Dak a little benefit of the doubt this game.
Right.
He was probably shocked like I was when I turned that TV on and they showed the inactives. And I said, Tyron Smith, Tyler Biadasz, Zach Martin. And right in there. In the pit of my stomach, I was like, this game is going to be weird. Because think about it. The one guy that touches the ball damn near every play is the quarterback, right?
Right.
He's missing the essential piece. This is essential. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like toothpaste, toothbrush, soap type shit. Like, is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, true.
This is essential. You need your O-line. If you don't, I don't give a damn if you Peyton Manning. If you do not have an O-line, you're not going to win any game. And that's what he was dealing with that entire game. And he played a hell of a game, honestly, because they were marching up and down the field. It was just the red zone.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's literally like what we were saying. It's the sugar that you put on that S sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It's the sugar that you put on it. Hey, taste it. What it tastes like? It tastes like
It like damn sugar, man.
It'll taste like sugar. And put more sugar on it. It don't matter.
Right, man. Like it's exactly what it's gonna be. You get exactly what you get. I mean, to me personally, I would have them on sleds probably all week, and that's in half pads. You know what I'm saying? So they can work on some of that. Getting used to pushing the line.
Right.
Even though Tony Pollard, he had a great game, but just in case we have to do that again, now you guys know what a real NFL game feels like. You rookies that ain't never played in the NFL before, and also this is how we're gonna realize that game was such a. It's not a fluke, but
right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't supposed to happen. This week we're gonna beat the shit out the Patriots.
Beat them,
This week, also the Cardinals are gonna get their ass kicked by just some random team.
Oh no! The Cards play the Niners. There's a divisional game, and my brother he hit me up and said, one of the kryptonites for the Niners are running quarterbacks. So I'm intrigued to see how Josh Dobbs do against those boys, and I'm quite sure the Niners probably still beat them though because they're gonna attack the outside. They're gonna kill it, and they're gonna run. They're gonna absolutely run that ball to get them up out of that umbrella look.
Right.
For real. It's gonna be a good game for Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
Yeah.
And one last thing, for the Niners, I'm not worried about that. The media, they're gonna hype it up to the
right.
divisional game, but we already know the Niners are gonna beat them. Like I could see into the future, man.
Right.
They're gonna beat them. Nostradamus. And last thing is, I'm not worried about our defense because I went on YouTube, man, and I watched that damn Dan Quinn press conference.
Mm-hmm.
If he ain't the happiest loser of all time out this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I was just so shocked at how upbeat he was. He was like, man, don't even worry about it, man.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we didn't get into these looks like we're going to do. But, yeah, we'll get it. I got you there, man, didn't I? Ha, ha, ha. I'm like, what? I was like, oh, yeah. I said, oh, yeah, we finna be rocking this week coming up.
Yep.
We finna be rocking this week. I'm ready for us to go ahead and play, man. I'm ready for us to go ahead and play.
No doubt, Mike, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, where you at, bro?
757 Virginia, man.
Virginia, man. Hey, do me a huge favor, man. Change that smoke detector out, man. It'll get me going crazy over there.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Change it, man. Hey, you need a ladder or something? I go. Hey. Oh, your wife been telling you that.
Yeah, for a week.
For a week, man. Hey, you had me looking around like, man, because I got a ladder over here. And you know what? I say this all the time. There's nothing stronger. Nothing stronger than that weak battery in a smoke detector. That thing lasts forever, man. When do that battery go out? Do that battery ever go out? You know what I'm saying? It will beep. It'll beep until the end of time. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate you, bro.
All right, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Yeah, that thing right there, man. Beep. It drives me crazy, man. And I got vaulted ceilings upstairs, and you got to go get a ladder. I change it out. I'll throw a rock, a slingshot at that thing. Get that thing down there. You know what I'm saying? I would literally, get over here. But, Mike, man, listen to the lady, man. If she said change it out, bro. All right, from the 601, my neck of the woods. You live.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Law?
All is well. Can't complain.
I'm glad you said your neck of the woods, because when I called Bosh Show, he always jokes about Jackson. He asked where I was from, I told him Jackson.
Jacktown, man.
He's joking on.
Indeed.
He's joking on. But I just want to ask a question, Law. Like, you think by any chance we'll be seeing some Trey Lance packages in the red zone?
I think so. You should see some Trey Lance packages down there. You should be thinking of 1,000 ways to score, right? Like I said, 1,000 death by 1,000 cuts. I'll be thinking of 1,000 ways to score, right? And you just gonna have to score, regardless of how it is. Score, So I think that the Cowboys should utilize him in the red zone and do a whole bunch of stuff, man. What school you went to? Lanier. Lanier. Okay, Lanier. Yeah. Lanier High up in the house, man. Appreciate you.
I had when Roger was tripping out on, I said, shout out to Law Nation, man. He know the neck of the woods down here good.
It's all good, man.
Every time I call, he trip out. Oh, James from Jackson.
Vach went to that school down there in Hattiesburg, the one that Brett Favre went to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Southern Miss. Not Southern, but it's in Louisiana, but Southern Miss. So that's my guy, man. Yeah. He went down that way to that school, I believe. So yeah, so he don't know about Jacktown like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he be tripping out, man. He done locked my name in. James from Jackson call y'all.
Yeah, James from Jackson. Let me lock you in there. It got some other government name on his phone, man. Let me lock you in.
Yeah. I know what government name.
Yeah, James from Jacktown, man. Put Jacktown. When I say Jacktown Jews, you know what I'm talking about then. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
Yes, indeed. David Banner, man. Yes, indeed. Shout out to David Banner. I was talking to DeRoe, and I didn't know DeRoe. See, a lot of people got people from Mississippi. And DeRoe, he's the brand ambassador, the music guy for the Cowboys. And he had the ice cream paint job or what have you. And he was like, man, you from Jackson? I said, no, I'm from Natchez, but, I went to Jackson State. And he said he got a big family down there in Jackson every summer.
And he do. And the crazy part about that, Law.
Y'all cousins? Keep going.
No. We cousins. My brother neighbor across the street, he an older guy, and he was telling me that the lady he married to is DeRoe auntie. He was asking us, do we know DeRoe?
Mm-hmm.
He know Cowboy fan. And I
Wow.
told him, he's like, well, my ex-wife, nephew, he's a big Dallas Cowboy fan. He a rapper named DeRoe.
Yeah. Dang, small world, man. Look how small this world is, man. Look, everybody knows somebody from Mississippi. That's how this world is, believe it or not.
Yeah, and when you bump into him, I'll tell him Jacktown all right, man.
Yeah, I'm going to tell him Jacktown all right. See, this is what I had to learn, man. When I went to Jackson State, don't lock your doors, man. Just leave things the way it is when they pull on the door. Because if they gonna pull on it, they gonna bust the window to get in there anyway. So you know what I'm saying? And the insurance don't cover all of that. So after I done bought like my third or fourth window for my Honda, I just stopped locking doors, bro, and said, come on in. You know what I'm saying?
Don't even lock the door.
No, he ain't locking, man. That's why I call Jacktown. Hey, Prime had to learn the hard way too. Yeah.
Yeah, they got him too. They took his boom box.
His boom box, man. I said, Prime, you just gotta just leave the door open, man. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, bro. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Lost.
No doubt, James, man, from Jacktown, man. Shoot. We're gonna get to the super chats on the back end, but I got one more person from the 832. Is that Houston? That's Houston number, right? 832.
What up, Mo?
What's good, man? What's good with you?
Not much, man. Look, I got to call in just to, we got to talk about this Micah Parsons thing, man.
Go ahead. Who I'm talking to, too, by the way. What's your name, fam? Let me lock you in, too.
This CJ. This CJ, man. I'm from Houston. CJ.
Houston. Okay, Houston CJ.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. I got you.
Yeah, now, what I need to talk about, man, ever since Micah Parsons got here, man, I don't know if y'all remember, but we was real excited about having a middle linebacker. And if y'all remember, back before he was a full-time edge rusher, Micah Parsons used to stop the run. All of these gap fits and stuff, problems we having with LVE. I remember that first time we played the Vikings. I remember Dalvin Cook was running. He ran into Micah Parsons, and his whole body just stopped right where Micah Parsons made contact. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I feel like low-key, Micah Parsons kind of, he trying to scapegoat. I remember he had the green dot. Remember his first game, that game against Tampa Bay. He had the green dot.
Yeah.
He couldn't handle it. You know what I'm saying? And then last year, low key, I was kind of hot at Dan Quinn, but I let him off the hook because in the playoffs we saw Micah Parsons at the linebacker spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like whenever we play good teams, and maybe, like I say, he may be doing it again, I'm going to hold off.
Yeah, hold off.
In the regular season, man, when we play in the regular season, when we play these, coaches that seem to care about their job, other teams got good coaches too.
Right.
And it's like those coaches know how to neutralize Micah. I know y'all remember, I know the first time we played San Francisco, they told Micah, you want to get down here with the big boys. Remember, they pieced him up quick, early.
Man, they did. But CJ, all they got to do, and every time I see CJ, I think of, you know what I'm saying, a Grand Theft Auto. Damn it, CJ, all you got to do, because I still can't beat that train mission. That train mission is hard, man. But CJ, all I'm saying is, bro, is that I thought that this was the vision. You keep D-Law, right, on the edge. Sam Williams, you keep him on the edge, and then you rotate Fowler and Armstrong right on the edge. And Parsons, just like what a lion do, a roaming lion, right? You know what I'm saying? He allows everyone else to attack, and then he comes in for the final kill, right? I thought they just moved Parsons around on that aspect. Now, granted, Parsons is Parsons. I think even if he was the safety, he's gonna make some type of play. 4.3 speed and that size and that mindset that he have, he's gonna be great no matter where you play him. He would have been a great running back, right? So he was gonna be great. But I just think that as an edge rusher, shout out to him, he's doing a great job. He's gonna get the numbers, the stats, the pressures. But I think that for the Cowboys, if they really want to just finesse this thing, make him that Ray guy. Make him that Ray Lewis type, that roaming person across the middle. Like those big plays, those chunk plays, it would never happen. He would have been the guy that field. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he can cover the hook. Man, Parsons can cover too. That's another thing that people fail to realize. He can cover. Hook the flat.
That's what I'm saying, man. With his rookie year, we saw him do so many different things. You know what I'm saying? And it's like kind of like it seemed like, I don't know if, we always seem to have a little poison that comes from the top, from the front office that kind of spoil our seasons. Usually what it's been lately is when we get to the playoffs, it's whoever then got the most money this off season, they gonna have to win the game for us. You know what I'm saying? We saw that this past year. Michael Gallup got his contract, and we all knew his knee gave us everything it had in the Tampa Bay game. We all knew that, but even still in the 49ers, it seemed like they was like, Gallup got the money, so he gonna have to help us win this game. And I don't know, do you think it's kind of like, the media loves Micah Parsons getting sacks? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, from that position. Yeah, because if you look at it, when he was fighting against Bosa, remember for that Defensive Player of the Year, as a part-time edge rusher, we were saying that he got Bosa's numbers. But Bosa and TJ, they had the numbers because that's all they did. So
and
most
importantly, Bosa and TJ, they could stop that run.
True.
I'm not saying Micah can't stop the run. What I'm saying is D-Law and Sam Williams are better. D-Law, boy, you can't get nothing past D-Law.
Man.
He gonna seal the edge, his gap assignment, he can read them screens. And Sam Williams showed us his rookie year that he can stop the run because, like you say, they bigger guys, they are actually defensive linemen. I feel like with Parsons, it's like we got 100% of talent, but when you lock him down on that line, that's not what we need. We need, like you say, the Ray, and now we in there.
You're in there, but hold on, just to put some cover over this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just put some cover. You are explaining, not complaining. You know what I'm saying? We're not complaining about Parsons. We're just explaining.
Correct.
Just putting that on there because Parsons still him, but we just explaining the situation. context. You know, that's what he said.
We you know, this is a higher level conversation just about our analysis.
Yeah.
You know, over what we see on the field, and I keep it in perspective because, like I say, last year, you know, when we got to the playoffs, we saw Micah at that middle linebacker spot. So I'm not going to complain yet. All I'm saying is, in those runs we saw going in the Cardinals with Micah Parsons at middle linebacker, none of those would have happened.
None. Yeah. No doubt, man.
No.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. Shoot, I'll holler at you later, man.
No doubt, man. That's my guy right there, man. CJ. Last caller of the day, too. And I'm going to get to these super chats, man. I appreciate y'all. What is it?
Oh, my God!
I'm going to try to.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Yeah, that's what it was right there. Every time I hear CJ, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Shout out to you, Albert. We are live. Okay, appreciate y'all, man. All right, so let's kick it back over, and I'm going to read these super chats, man. I appreciate y'all so much for hanging with me today on this long day, man. I normally try to go live at 11. I had a late start today, and, hey, it's not when you start, it's how you finish, however that saying go, right? But let me hear CJ one more time. Here you go.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Who remember that, man? Come on, man. Who remember that? Somebody got to remember that. You know, somebody in the chat who plays Grand Theft Auto, y'all got to remember that from my guy CJ. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed, man. San Andreas. Was that San Andreas? Y'all help me out, you know. And shout out to the Grand Theft Auto people, man. You know, appreciate you. Willie T, appreciate you, man. Law, I think I have to get Marcos today. Yeah. Ooh, that pizza was busting last night, bro. Shoot. I got like 2 slices left now, you know. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Lions roam in their nature. Yes, indeed. Lions, they got a whole pride that's in front of them, right? And they sit high, look low, you know. They are survivors of it all, man. All right, so I got super chats. Let's see, make sure it's from this day. I have Lyanne, appreciate you for the $9.99 for your mind. I appreciate you so much for your support. You just want to drop $9 in the chat. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for your support. Randy, appreciate you so much. He says, I'll give a second in Tolbert. What's y'all thoughts? You know, that's from yesterday. Oh, I'm reading the wrong ones, man. Reading the wrong ones. Okay, here it is. Brenda today says Micah versus Zeke. Put him in the back. Micah, respect. Come on, let's go. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So Brandy's saying a Cowboys Sports Report by Charles and Charge. Appreciate you. Long YouTube name, but unbelievable great results, right? If we make a trade, what position you think we go for? I would say a true hard hitter linebacker. I think we need an assassin at that linebacker spot that can go hook to flat, that can put his nose down in there, who's not afraid to whiff on a tackle, even if it's an arm in the way. That player wish he had got that arm out the way and he go down there and feel, right? I think that LVE is a great cover type of linebacker. He can flow into the hook sinkhole. He can cover that area. He can get to the edge. He would think about getting through to a tackle, but he's not going to shoot down inside. So I just think that we need a more aggressive approach with that linebacker, and I think that will be like the piece when old boy Thanos, when he got that last Infinity Stone, he was like, arr! Y'all remember that part? When he got that little piece, he dropped that piece in there, he's like, arr! You know, that would exactly happen if we get that linebacker. Outside of that, if we don't, then go for a trade for a defensive back. I think that can help us down the line just in case, man. But, yeah, Cowboys Sports Report That's what I would do. Ken Art with the $20 super chat. We really appreciate you for help growing the nation and this new media and all the space that we do. He says, Law, do you think that Dak misses Schultz in the red zone? He was his favorite target. How effective do you think Parsons? And let me answer this first part first. I would say collectively, I think Dak misses a tight end that can find the soft areas in the zone, that can high point and pull the ball out of the sky. That I think Dalton Schultz, 6'4", 6'5", a good tall target that had experiences, right? So I would say yes to that degree, but not necessarily only Dalton Schultz. I think he misses the experiencing part of Dalton Schultz. We're seeing a lot of growing pains with Ferguson and Hendershot as well as Schoonmaker. And I think that what hurt Schoonmaker is by him being hurt during the offseason, right? And then not getting enough playing time. So as much as we develop and go through the season, hopefully down the line, Schoonmaker can stand tall and eventually fight for that tight end 1 or 2 spot. But Ferguson, hey, let's continue to pump him up, man. I think that down the line, he will get it and get things going for this season. All right, I have the second half of this $20 super chat brought to you by Ken Art. He says, how effective do you think Parsons and his defense would be with him manning the middle? I think speed and run stopping. Yeah, I agree with that. I truly like Parsons' speed. We don't have a 4-3 linebacker right now in the middle of that field, right? That increases everything. That will give you more and more opportunity to see Sam Williams on the outside, mixed with D-Law, mixed with the rotations of Dorrance Armstrong as well as Deontay Fowler. You know what I'm saying? So you would have still the same edge rushing capability products, right? But you put Parsons in there, and then you can rush him through the A gap. You can rush him through the B gap. You can rush him through the C gap, which is forever, right? So, yeah, I think that is a thing that the Cowboys can have as a bag of tricks. But what I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with where Parsons is playing at now, but I think that he can be more effective just being in the middle of the field, right? He may not have the numbers, though. You know, I don't think that Ray Lewis ever had 16 to 17 sacks in the season, you know, from that spot. But he two-time champ, you know what I'm saying, Super Bowl champ. Bread says, what's up, big bro? Appreciate you for the $5 super chat.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Appreciate y'all, man. I thank everybody, man. Micah, much better than Ray Lewis, yeah. But Ray Lewis is a better tackler than Micah Parsons, by the way. I just want to say that, too. I like Micah Parsons the way he tackled, but Ray Lewis, when he hit you, you know, ask Chad Johnson, man. He said, I ran into Ray by accident. You know, like, nah, you tried to chip off Ray. I saw that. You know what I'm saying? But, ladies and gentlemen, as we depart, be sure to hit that like, share this content. Hey, this weekend, let's get down. Let's have some fun, ladies and gentlemen. We got 1,000 things to do. More 40 ounce in the more 40 ounce in the red zone. Yeah, we can do that. I'm quite sure they looking at tape. They looking at over everything. They're gonna get things going, ladies and gentlemen. Keep this in mind for your mental. For your mental mindset. It's still early. They ragged on me in the Super Friends show and said, you know, Law, first 2 weeks, he was on that sauce of saying that they're going to go X, Y, and Z. Now they got a loss. He's humbled now. The 2-1 Cowboys. Well, in the NFC, collectively, to me, there are 3 teams. The Niners, the Eagles, Cowboys. This weekend can change all of that. Come on, Cards, do y'all thing. And if the Washington team do theirs and the Cowboys take care of business, we back on top of things. We just got to stay focused. We can't depend on anyone but ourselves, by the way. I'm not saying that, hey, I'm rooting for the Washington team. But in small parts of us, we need the Washington to do us a good little old favor. If not, we would be like Thanos. I'll do it myself. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate you, Charles. He says, yes, that's an interesting idea to go with defense. Defense win championships, baby. They do. If you look up any of the championships that the Cowboys won, we won it via the defense and playing efficient on the offense. I'm just saying. If you don't believe me, look it up yourself. Shout out to you, Albert. Appreciate you. Darian. Appreciate you, Bullet Storm. Sheila Neal. Oh, Sheila. Good to see you. How bad do you want